Hi guys, Lou here. You must excuse the state of me. I've been in the gym since 9 o'clock this morning. It's now nearly 9, 10 o'clock. However, I've been so inspired by a couple of things that have happened today. I have to get this video out. So what I want to talk to you about is the fact that we all deserve happiness, whether you believe that or not. As humans, we weren't put on this earth to be unhappy, yeah? But things happen that do cause us to be unhappy, and sometimes we start to self-sabotage that and maybe feel like we don't deserve it. And a couple of things have happened to me today, and the two have just linked, so I'm too excited, I need to talk about it. First one is that I've been speaking to some clients who have had their first few sessions in the gym. It was a really massive thing for them to take that step, and when they got there it was really overwhelming. They did amazing, but they called me when they got home and they were like, oh my god, I'm mortified. And I said to them, listen, you've done amazing. And, you know, at the end of the day, like I was talking about in a previous video, it's all about how you perceive yourself, and you need to stop perceiving it in a negative way. And, you know, I said to them, you did amazing, you know, you've got to start somewhere. And that somewhere started, you know, today or tomorrow, yesterday, when, you know, whenever the client started. And I said to them, you've got to remember what that end goal is. Do you want to be happy? And the answer, of course, was yes. And I said, well, we either self-sabotage and stop, or we push through that fear and start to get there. And something I was telling that client, so this is one of the first things, was, and hopefully I don't get emotional here when I talk about this, I was in that place. I've talked about this before, but probably not in such a passionate way. I've talked about the fact that before I had my little guy, I was super fit, in shape. I was the one people was looking up to. I was the one people was asking for help and how do I do this, how do I do that. And I obviously I got into quite a bad way mentally after having my little guy, and then the body consciousness started. And getting back into the gym honestly terrified me, and I'll tell you a few reasons why. Because of the fact that people who I had trained, people who had trained alongside me, had completely bypassed me, and I just viewed them as so much better than me, and that I wasn't good enough to get back in there anymore. And I self-sabotaged, and I was like, I'm not going back in, I'm not going back in, I can't go back in. And then when I finally kicked myself up the ass, and I'm going to swear because I'm so passionate about this, I'm going to admit it, there was so many times I cried in the middle of the gym because I couldn't do things. I wasn't getting there fast enough. I was embarrassed because I couldn't do things the way I used to do them, that everyone else was so far ahead of me. And there's a few things I had to take the realisation off of. I mean, I actually even a few times fell out with my husband in the middle of the gym because we trained together. And he's like, you're doing amazing, you got to start again. And I just wouldn't listen. I was like, no, I have to be there. And one day it clicked and I was like, do you know what, he's right, I need to get this out of my head. The only way I'm going to get back there is to grit my teeth. And yeah, there was tears along the way. I didn't die. I'm here. And this is what I said to someone tonight. And I was actually in tears writing this to this person because I know how crap I felt and I know how crap they're feeling. That, you know, I was in tears. I didn't feel like I was ever going to get back in shape, and to be honest, I didn't even think I deserved to get back in shape, and that's something I'm going to talk about in a minute. But what I'm getting at here is that's how I felt 22 weeks on. All those people that I maybe felt were in better shape than me, I've now bypassed, yeah, and I'm super fit again. And it's not about comparison, but my point is, if you really want to do something, no matter how crap it's maybe making you feel at that time, if you really want to be happy, you'll make it happen. It would have been easy for me to lie down and say, I'm not doing it. Guess what would have happened to me? Staying in the same place, I'd have been feeling 10 times worse. I probably wouldn't be with my husband right now because I was just completely self-sabotaging myself and pushing everybody away. And I know I've talked about that a couple of times today, but it's the utter truth, and it makes me so passionate. I really want to share it with other women, that if this is how you're feeling, just, you know, step up to that fear. What's the worst that can happen by stepping into that gym and actually making some changes? And you can relate it to other things. And the other thing that's made me really passionate about this today, I'm not sure whether he's online now, but I'll maybe tag him. I had a great call with a mentor of mine today who I'd contacted, who'd actually been responsible for helping make some of the changes I'd made in the past. And I've been saying to him, I feel totally blocked. And I'm going to tell you why I feel blocked. At the moment, I have all these women in their hundreds coming to me and mailing me and being totally inspired by my story. And I was telling my mentor, I was like, I am slightly overwhelmed by it, and I have actually been in tears over some of them because I was telling him, I was like, it's overwhelming to think that I can help those me, this person sitting here. And I was saying to him, I was like, but I'm not as super excited as what I know I should be. And something he said to me hit me in the bud, and actually was something the two of us are going to work on, was that he's like, you're scared to get excited about anything. You're self-sabotage being happy and being excited, because I had a few bumps in the road. I had this amazing studio that went wrong for a bit, and I had to build it back up, and I was really unhappy, and then I got in a really bad place, and some stuff happened during that time, and then once I got rid of it, there was a bit of a bump, and I had to deal with some stuff, and he's like, you're self-sabotaging, you're not allowing yourself to be happy. And do you know what? He was totally right. This is the second thing this guy's told me more about myself than I know. And this is why it's inspired this video, because the only way I can change that is to start making steps to allow myself to enjoy things, and to realise I do deserve things, and that, you know, I went through all this so I can help other women. And that is what I intend to do. I just need to get that buzz back. But at the end of the day, I've done it with two other things in my life. I just need to sort this. So this has been a pretty long video, but I'm totally G'd up. Okay, we all deserve to be happy. So if you want to be happy and there's something you need to do to make you happy, stop self-sabotaging, get out there and do it, especially when it comes to changing your body, because I guarantee you, when you start making those changes, other things in your life are going to start falling into place. Because when we're miserable with ourselves, everything else around you just seems impossible. But please, you deserve this, okay? I'm telling you right now, you deserve this. Okay, it's a long video. I'm hoping it's got through to some of you. Please don't self-sabotage. Face those fears. Get into the gym. No one is watching. And let's make some changes. Remember, happy mummies, if you're a mummy, makes a happy kid. If you're not a mummy, you still need to be happy so that people around you can be happy as well. Okay guys, catch you soon.